Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Burton Ballers, and roll on the 31st of August. I'm bored of this transfer window already.
Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah.
So guys, my life has been made easier by two things I've done today. I've muted the word Barcelona and Jules Koundé, and I'll stop looking at Twitter every 20 minutes or so, and I feel a lot calmer already. I'm done with this window. It's just a bit of a mess, but it's all the negativity as well surrounding this window as well. This false hope that we're getting, and everyone trying to jump the gun. 1 minute we were getting Koundé, then we wasn't, and then these big accounts were coming out saying that the deal has been agreed, and only for Barcelona to come in again and take the player. And I'm not blaming Koundé. A lot of people are blaming Koundé and abusing and all that nonsense, but at the end of the day, if we're looking to blame somebody, it's got to be Thomas Tuchel. And the reason I say Thomas Tuchel, a lot of people may not agree with me on this one, but he started to go after other players. He left Koundé waiting on the sidelines while he looked for different options. And then when he couldn't get those other options through the door, i.e. constant focusing on the licks and people like that, then he comes back and says, Koundé, I want you now. Xavi's rang him up and said, you know what, I really want you. If I was Xavi, I'd have said, he's looking at other options. He's not really that interested in you. Is he going to be playing you? Does he really want you in the team? I want you in the team. So obviously Koundé is going to be more enticed by that, but rather than what our manager's saying. So I did a video on this the other day, so I don't want to labour it. So you can watch that video, what I did earlier. And now we're hearing that the reason Chelsea apparently have pulled out of this deal, and because of the messing about by Sevilla and everything else. And now we're hearing that Tuchel wasn't that keen on the player anyway because of his height. He feels he's too short to play in the Premier League. If he thinks he's too short to be a central defender in the Premier League, why pursue him for 2 weeks? Why not go for other targets? That's what I want. That's what I want to know. So it just sounds like a bit of a mess in the transfer window as far as I'm concerned. And the thing is as well on this one, it could be to save face, knowing that he's had his head turned by Barcelona, and so Chelsea are trying to save face by saying, "Oh, we didn't really want him in the first place." It could be that. So you know what? Let's just move on. And the other thing is, there's not a lot of options out there. Central defence, I think there are a few. There's Gavin Doyle, but he's going to be too expensive. And then you've got even Skriniar. He's on the final year of his contract, but yet Inter Milan still want a ridiculous amount of money for him. So I don't think we should be paying money for him for 60 million or 67 million, 60 to 70 million with 1 year left on his contract is ridiculous for me. PSG has walked away from that deal, and there's a defender, I can't remember his name. He just came a new guy. He's joining PSG from RB. Is it RB Leipzig he's joining them from? But apparently Chelsea came in for him, French defender, last minute. But you know what? That report was a load of nonsense anyway, because they said he's available for 13 million because he's in his last year of his contract. But it was saying that Chelsea were going to offer Timo Werner. So that all doesn't add. That's what I'm saying. There's some silly stories that don't really add up in the market. And some people, they just don't use their brains when they're assessing transfers. There's people saying, "Oh, if Marina Granovkaia was here, this wouldn't be happening." Are you for real? We were chasing Haaland all last year. Tchouaméni deal didn't go through last year. If we had the Koundé deal, which should have been wrapped up, then it wasn't wrapped up from last season. So don't come telling me that if Granovkaia was here, we wouldn't be in this mess. We'll be in exactly the same mess. If Granovkaia was here, we probably wouldn't have even signed the two players that we brought in already. So, I know some people are going to disagree with me on that one again, but I'm not saying she was all bad, but I'm not saying, some people are trying to make her out as some goddess, some magician who could have made these things happen. We'd have had the same issues under her as we're having now with the new owner, Bowley. Bowley, I think, she walked apparently, but I think he should have tried to persuade her to stay just because of that transition period. And now we're finding that Bowley's inexperience is being shown up. People are trying to take advantage of him. He's new in the football world. That's why we really need a director of football. We need a director of football so badly. So because we'll be getting taken advantage of if we don't get that sorted out. I'm saying patience, and I've always said patience. But the more and more, it's time's running out. We've got a month and a bit left now before the window closes, and the thing is, you really ideally want to get your targets in, or most of your targets before the season starts. And the other thing what I don't like, which is going on at the club, is the fact that we're doing a tit for tat with Barcelona by keeping hold of Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso. Don't cut your nose off to spite your face. Okay, we don't like the way they're doing business, but Alonso, he's got no business at this club anymore. He did okay in patches last season, but I just think if we want to move on, these are the players we should be shifting out. And Barcelona would be doing us a favour more than they're doing themselves a favour if they take Alonso off our hands, really. Azpilicueta has been on the wane. He's been on the decline, and I've got those sort of Ivanovic vibes with him, where he's just going, getting worse and worse as the seasons progress. And for me, can he give us another season? Possibly, but I'd rather him to go now, just to start to get, we're trying to clear our books. So next season, it's going to be difficult to get rid of 6-7 players this time. If we can get rid of at least 3 or 4 in this window, and the next window we try and get rid of another 3 or 4. So we're not going to get rid of, let's be real, we're not going to get rid of 8 in one window. So if we got some people who are sellable assets who we can move on now, let's just do it. Let's just get it out of the way. Forget these politics and nonsense. You're not playing ball with us, so we won't play ball with you. I'm not buying that. Let's get them off our books. So Werner wants to go, as I said before, and with him, and a lot of people are saying the wages, but if he wants to, he'll have to take a pay cut. If he wants to move on, he's got to take a pay cut because he wants to play in the World Cup. So, and that's what a lot of people are missing, the point that it's a World Cup year. So some people who want to play in the World Cup, maybe they will take that pay cut, but he's going to buy him, because Bayern are not going to buy him. He's got no suitors. The only suitors probably RB Leipzig may get him back, but they're talking about a loan deal. I don't want no loan deal. If he's going to go, it's got to be a permanent deal. Why I think the loan deal with us funding part of his wages. No, not for me. I'm not having another Lukaku situation. We need to get him off our books. We just bending over to clubs too much now. We've got to show a strong arm. You want him, you pay the big bucks, or you don't get him. So he can be a big part player in the side if you don't get a buyer for him. But I don't think we should be just taking any offer on the table for him. And that's difficulty as well, getting rid of some of these players. There's talk the other day that some, because nobody wants our players, and again, that's a legacy left behind by the old management. These players on high contracts, and nobody wants to take them on. So Ross Barkley, people like that, it's going to be difficult to get them off our books. It's going to be a frustrating season, I think, if we don't get in a few more heads. We saw it against Arsenal. What we're lacking in a few areas, and with players not wanting to be here, it's just that toxicity and that bad atmosphere around the club. It's not going to be pretty, I don't think. Didn't want to be all doom and gloom. I'm usually a very positive, and but this is sort of draining me now. What's going on? But we'll just carry on. I say every time, wait and see, wait and see, wait and see. But how long can we wait and see? Anyway, guys, what do you think about all of this at the moment? Just leave your comments in the section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications so you'll be notified every time we make a new video. Take care. Bye-bye.